Hi, I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac.
Batgirl, 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 Batgirl.
Ambergris Bay, outside Gotham City.
For those who don't know, ambergris is basically whale poop. Something about it is useful in making perfumes. We already know from last time that Louie the Lilac has designs in the perfume industry, so it shouldn't be surprising that a whole piece of the ocean near Gotham City is named for a perfume ingredient.
Where the elite flee the heat.
I didn't realize Barbara Gordon was one of the city's elite.
It's a lovely beach house, Bruce.
She isn't. Bruce Wayne is, and we're determined to get as close as we can to them having a thing without actually making it happen.
Well, I really haven't used it very much. Now that my youthful ward, Dick Grayson, is growing up, he needs a place to entertain his friends.
It's just perfect for that. And I must say, I'm honored that you asked me to help chaperone his party.
Millionaire playboy Bruce Wayne sure knows how to sweet-talk a woman. And what is he going to call Dick when he's not a youthful ward anymore? I'm not sure he's thought that far ahead. Dick and the gang enter and say they were followed. They don't know why. All they did was pick up some bottles and some chunks of mystery stuff.
You know what this is, Dick? It's ambergris.
I wonder if maybe that's how the bay got its name.
You mean the stuff given forth by whales from which they make perfume?
No doubt about it. My next bowel movement will be called Stuff Given Forth by Irving. Bruce says this chunk alone is worth a small fortune. The kids are ecstatic and ready to go look for more.
Not so fast, Junior. Hand over that whale grease.
Aren't you gentlemen being a little presumptuous? This is private property.
Really, Bruce? They have guns pointed at you, Barbara, and the kids. And you want to get snooty?
Bring the kid and Mr. Wayne along, too.
You, Mac, and Junior, come along with us.
You can't just barge
This
in.
says we can, lady.
What part of that isn't registering, Barbara? Again, the whole you can't do that while the person is doing it is a common trope in TV, and it's so far beyond stupid, I can't think of a word for it in 7 languages. It'd be nice if someday writers would get over it.
What? Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson kidnapped at gunpoint? I'm sorry if I appear a trifle upset, sir, but any citizen of Gotham City would be shocked at such appalling news.
Nice save, Alfred.
Oh, this ambergris will help me greatly to convert your priceless lilacs to priceless oil of lilacs, Louis.
What's so special about his lilacs that makes them priceless?
That's good, honey, good.
But making perfume, even for such an expert as I, requires other fixative agents to set the staying powers in the scent.
Name them, Lotus, name them. Nothing is going to stop me from cornering the lilac perfume market of Gotham City.
Is that really a huge market? You're talking one perfume scent among gazillions. A 2% market share would be phenomenal in that situation. And why do you need Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson for this scheme?
And the lilac soap market, Louis.
The soap market, too.
And the lilac cosmetics market.
Cosmetics, too.
Again, how big is the market for specifically lilac items? I think there's something weird in that cigar. What other ingredients does Lotus need?
I need scent pouches of a number of Abyssinian civet cats.
Sure.
The glands of as many masquerades as possible.
Muskrat, sure.
And a large supply of beaver castor follicles.
Sure.
And the tonquin from a herd of musk deer.
Let's trim that down to what Louis actually heard.
I need cats.
Or at least the part he understood. His men object that they have no idea what she's talking about, but he sends them out to round up all those animals anyway. Lotus can figure out how to get the whatchamadoodles and gerflamba snoods off them. Meanwhile, Dick and Bruce are still wondering what they're doing there.
Mr. Wayne, you're going to remove those pouches. I hear you're an international sportsman and an authority on animals.
Hey, Bruce Wayne / Batman is an authority on everything.
How are you doing?
Not too well. I'm trying to reach Alfred on my 2-way transistor wristwatch. I seem to be getting a slight beep from the receiver, but the sender's dead.
That's because it's just an ordinary 2-way transistor wristwatch. If it was a 2-way transistor bat wristwatch, you wouldn't have that problem. And why aren't you trying to untie yourself at the same time?
What are you two mumbling about?
Just passing the time of day, Louie.
Let's hope the authorities pass over the $1 million I'm planning to ask for you shortly.
That's a high price for two average people.
Yep, two average Joes with more money than the city has. But we like to do that joke. A lot. We've been doing it since the first episode in the series when Batman walked into that club and didn't expect anybody to notice him. In Commissioner Gordon's office, we're watching footage of the dynamic duo's exploits in hopes of learning some new crime-fighting techniques from them.
Now, first is where that Western bad man Shame cornered him in a cattle stampede.
Who shot this film? Considering all the angles, there had to be at least 3 guys. I'm guessing cops, since O'Hara's in charge of the footage, holding cameras and filming the imminent demise of the Cape Crusaders instead of putting the cameras down and doing cop stuff like rescuing them.
And next is when Robin, the Boy Wonder, was almost eaten alive by a giant clam.
Same question. We get more clip show, apparently just filling time, because Gordon and O'Hara both admit they didn't learn a blasted thing from that. The director of the city zoo calls.
Yes, Mr. Buck. Yes, Mr. Buck. All the Abyssinian civet cats, beavers, muskrats, and musk deer in the zoo are gone.
Barbara goes over to see Alfred just as he's ushering a gaggle of reporters out the door. She hasn't been able to reach him by phone because it hasn't stopped ringing.
Yes? Oh, Governor Stonefellow. How very thoughtful of you to have called, sir. No, we've had no word. No. I beg your pardon, sir?
Pick it up and hang it up again quick. That was the only thing you could do with a phone like that since we didn't have Mr. Number to screen our calls yet. Alfred fast talks until Gordon hangs up, then Barbara gets to the point.
For reasons too numerous to mention, I strongly suspect Louie the Lilac has kidnapped Mr. Wayne and his youthful ward.
Louie the Lilac? Did you tell your father?
No, my father wouldn't take me seriously. After all, he knows nothing of my other identity.
And she can't come up with an alternate story of how she found out, like she talked to one of Dick Grayson's friends who was there or something like that.
But if you hear anything or get any messages, please contact me. It's going to be difficult without Batman or Robin, but maybe Batgirl alone can do something.
What she usually does best is get captured and put in peril. I'm sure she can do that without Batman and Robin's help.
With Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson kidnapped and held hostage in the defunct fragrance factory, while Louie the Lilac and lovely Lotus plot to pillage and plunder the world of perfume, give us a moment to untangle this trickily tangled skein.
What? If you need to go to commercials, say so, but make sure you're sober first.
The defunct fragrance factory on Lavender Lane? Where did you get that tip, Alfred?
An anonymous informant, miss.
I'll check it out at once, and thanks for calling me.
It's time to go change to Batgirl and kick some lilac butt.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. I'm the maintenance man.
Or not. She says there's nothing interesting in there, just some junk I'm storing. Have a look.
Right this way.
Yes, ma'am.
Not much, is it?
I want to know how that thing works, so I can build one. How much housework could you save with a button like that? While Batgirl heads for the factory, the Batmobile has just arrived there, with nobody at the wheel.
I trust you're receiving me, sir, wherever you are. And wherever you are, I believe I've located you. Help is on the way. I'm advising Commissioner Gordon of your whereabouts, and I took the liberty of sending in the Batmobile by remote bat control.
Now see, that works because it's a remote bat control. As I said before, if he had been using a two-way transistor bat wristwatch, he could have been out of there by now.
What's that awful odor?
It's your new perfume, Louie. Lotus is still working out some of the kinks.
It's all over the place.
Saffron and sassafras must have arrived in the basement with the Abyssinian civet cats, the muskrats, and the beavers, and the musk deer.
We sure did.
I'm not sure what he expected. Those glands Lotus is after are called scent glands for a reason. Plus, most of those animals don't bathe regularly and don't use deodorant. Bruce is refusing to mutilate the animals, while outside, Batgirl and the police have gathered and are ready to deal with Louie.
Louie the Lilac, Police Commissioner Gordon speaking. We have you surrounded. Come out with your hostages with your hands raised and with that herd of animals you've hijacked.
What do we do now, Louie?
Louie says stay where you are or Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are toast. Batgirl is trying to figure out where Batman and Robin could be.
Batman and Robin can't be inside yet.
Perhaps they've gone around back to find a way in.
Sure, and it's possible. The dynamic duo were never... What happened to Batgirl?
Oh, well, apparently she's gone to join them.
I like how Gordon is standing so close to Batgirl and doesn't recognize his daughter's voice. It's rather distinctive, and so is her way of speaking.
Louie, the police haven't left yet.
And the Batmobile's out there and that purple putt-putt of Batgirls.
And Batgirl's in here.
No Batgirl. Get out, quick! Grab her! Grab her!
That's Batgirl doing what she does best.
Lotus, what do you call the process for extracting the scent from blossoms?
Maceration. When the flowers are steeped in vats of hot oil.
Whatever she said, he's decided he's going to do that to Batgirl.
So the minutes tick by, and Batgirl is placed in a macerating vat into which Lotus will shortly pump boiling oil.
Bruce says, if you let her live, I'll extract the glands from those animals. Louie says, killing her was never part of my plan, so you have a deal. What do you need?
I'll need 2 glasses of warm water.
2 glasses of warm water?
Yes, warm water plays a major part in newly perfected animal surgery.
The plan? He and Dick will drink the warm water, then wet themselves and gross Louie out so bad it gives them time to escape. The goons untie them and take them to the basement where the animals are.
That girl dies anyway.
I was hoping you'd say that, Louie.
Are you ready?
No, not quite. The oil won't flow freely until it's really boiling.
No surprise there. So Batman, what's with the water?
What are those?
The latest invention of Batman. Instant unfolding bat costumes. Complete with utility belts.
Complete with utility belts. Just add water.
Holy finishing touches. But now what? That door is bolted on the other side.
That window. We'll use our bat hooks.
And our laser bar cutter.
Why can't the laser bar cutter also be a laser lock cutter? Batman and Robin appear outside, announce that Batgirl is in grave danger, and lead the cops to the front door to batter it down.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
Where are the cops? They were all right there at the door. What are they waiting for? Robin and Batgirl knocked each other out, and the police finally had to come in and mop things up. We get a great fight scene while Louie sits there facepalming.
Tell me something, Batgirl. How did you get out of that vat?
With my Batgirl vat opener.
It's standard equipment. You don't have one? By the time they get Bruce and Dick out of the basement, Batman and Robin are gone. Gordon and Batgirl muse about it for a moment, and Batgirl is looking sideways at Bruce and Dick, but then something shiny comes along and she drops that line of thought.
The dynamic duo may be gone, but that basement is full as Abyssinian civet cats, muskrats, beaver, and musk deer.
Gosh, do they smell terrible.
My mistake. Not something shiny, something smelly. Every time Louie comes to town, I can't figure his scheme. Cornering the market on lilac scent seems a little like cornering the market on a certain type of hubcap. Sure, somebody's going to buy it and they'll have to buy it from you. But how big a market is it really? How popular is lilac as opposed to, say, rosewater, lavender, or orchid? Louie's plans always feel lame to me. It's like he needs $100,000, so he's going to rob the convenience store that keeps $35 in the register. I just don't see it. What's on tap for next week? Well, for starters, Commissioner Gordon is going on a cruise vacation in a few days. Bruce and Dick are acting a little distressed about it.
Well, as I was saying, Commissioner, Gotham City is planning a civic luncheon in your honor next week.
My honor?
It was supposed to be a surprise.
But now the cat's out of the bag.
Well, there goes the West Cape cruise.
Screw that! They can reschedule a luncheon a lot easier than you can get more time off for a cruise. Don't let them do this to you, Commissioner. Calling Batman all the time is hard work. You've earned a vacation.
Commissioner Gordon won't have to act surprised at the affair in his honor. He's going to get the surprise of his life from that dauntless champion of women's rights, Miss Nora Clavicle.
He certainly is. Especially when he discovers he's ex-police Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, the peril. A woman's rights advocate is coming to town gunning for Commissioner Gordon's job. How will the city cope when Batman and Robin are afraid even to touch a woman for any reason?
Excuse me. Careful, Robin. I think it's a lady.
I'm on the edge of my seat because I'm hungry. Let's wrap this up so I can have lunch. I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac.